Test. Okay. And then,
Hey everyone, is my video working?
I think it's a
It's
little, there you are. I think it's a little
yeah,
Little laggy.
glitchy. Yeah.
laggy. Oh, sorry. So I turned it off. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just muting my video just in case. So, because video always seems to slow things down.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, with that being said, I believe we are live and ready to go.
Awesome. Thank you, Annalise. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's demo day. I'm super excited to be here. This is a month's worth of work from all of our hackers. And today we're going to be able to share all the finalist projects for the community to check out, ask some questions. And then any of our judges that are able to join today's call can throw in their questions after the demos take place. Each project is going to get 2 minutes for a presentation, and then we'll open it up for maybe a 2-minute Q&A from the community. Annalise from BiddleBox will be reviewing the live stream. If there's any questions in there, feel free to ask your questions for the teams. And then Annalise will ask them live to our teams, and then we'll move on. We're going to be pretty strict about time because there's a handful of projects we have to get through and only an hour to do it. So each project will get 2 minutes, but we have 7 teams across 4 different category tracks. Want to give a big shout out to the over 180 participants that signed up for this hackathon. We had over 20 submissions that were reviewed, and now we're down to the eligible final 9. So I'll go through each track one at a time with our finalists. I'll call out your names, and then as soon as you take over, I'll start the countdown clock. I'm going to share my screen with a countdown clock. And then if you hit that 2 minutes, I'm going to say, that's it, you're all done. So with that, I want to jump right into it. First up, we're going to be covering the Akash Chat API integration category. After that, we're going to do audio processing, speech recognition deployment category, then image processing, then open source LLM deployment category. As a reminder, the judges that chose the finalists voted on 5 different criteria: functionality, documentation, innovation, video presentation, community contribution, and of course, whether or not it is using Akash as a part of its deployment. The first category that we're going to kick it off here with is Akash Chat API integration category. And our first presenter will be Lurker Llama, Marissa Hudson. Marissa, are you there?
Yes. Okay.
Excellent.
Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. I'll start the countdown clock as soon as you're ready.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right, go for it.
So here is the bot running, and basically what it is a
Oh, we're seeing. Hold on, Marissa. I'm gonna restart it. We're just seeing. It looks like the Zoom call right now.
Oh no.
That's all right. We'll restart it once you're ready here.
I thought I shared my entire window.
Yeah. Here, if you could try one more time, and then I could update. But on the YouTube does have just like, I think like a 20-second lag, but I do see your screen, and then it has appeared on the stream. So there may be just like a slight lag if you do have the YouTube open. Just for those listening, if you do have any questions, we may take some pauses to allow those to come in.
Do you see Discord right here on my screen?
Yes. Now
Yes.
I do
Okay.
currently, and then the stream will be updating too.
Okay, cool. So basically the project is a Discord bot that allows you to archive an entire channel, and then it uses Qdrant database to perform some RAG AI stuff that gives context about your Discord channel to Akash Chat AI so that it can answer any questions that you have about the entire channel, just so you can archive it and you can use it elsewhere all sorts of things. So here it is running. And first I will back up this channel. This is kind of like the instructions of how it works. And I will show the deployment here. So that's running. And then see the logs of it. Started the archiving process. Okay, shouldn't take that long. Okay, yep. It's prepended some messages. Now I will ask it a question about the troubleshooting section here. So what happens when
So we just reached the 2 minutes. Is there
Okay.
anything, we have about 2 minutes for Q&A from the judges or from the community. Is there anything very quickly before we go to the judges that you wanted to quickly cover, Marissa?
Yeah, so it takes the context and answers the question based off of this. And I will also show this while you guys ask questions because I think it's helpful about the architecture. So, yeah.
Awesome, thank you. So I'm opening up the chat. If the judges on the call, if there are any questions, feel free to put them into the chat window here on Zoom. While you're thinking up questions, are there any questions coming in on the chat inside of YouTube right now, Annalisa?
Currently, no questions there.
Okay. We have about 1 minute left for questions. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them inside of the chat and YouTube. And the judges have one question. Is the Akash deployment the bot?
Yes, it is the Discord bot. There's no website or anything. It's just the bot.
Very cool. Thank you. Any questions coming in from the chat, Annalisa?
None from the chat, but perhaps if you are open to it, if anybody on the stream would like to ask questions on the Zoom chat.
Yes, feel free. Anyone that also has projects, you can ask them in there as well. Looks like we got one. In the programming language, do you program the bot?
Did I program the bot? Yes, it's written in TypeScript. It's a Discord bot.
Excellent, thank you. We have about 30 more seconds. Any other questions for Lurker Llama? Going once, going twice, and I think we're good. Thank you very much, Marissa. Appreciate the bot. Definitely want to check this out a little bit more. I can see this being useful on the Akash chat or in the Akash Discord server. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have MaiTai Wallet with Alexander and David. Are Alexander or David on the call?
Yes,
Yep.
we're both here.
Perfect. And then next up, just so you're aware, we have Katiba chat with Kenny. So Kenny, you're on deck. But Alexander and David, when you share your screen and you get it ready, I'll start the countdown clock. So go ahead.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'll start your time right now.
Hey everyone, MaiTai Wallet is AI wallet that transfers user in. And Thanks for listening. Here you can scan this QR code for the demo.
Cool. So we're at time right now. Thank you for that demo. Any questions for the MaiTai team? I'm going to start the 2-minute question and answer. It looks like we got one on the chat here. How do/will you prevent AI hallucinations from performing the incorrect action? For example, buying the wrong token, sending tokens to the wrong address.
Yeah. So, David, do you want to start?
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, I start maybe for this one. I think the first step we do to address that is that we have like a relatively strict classifier, and if the depending on that, there will be a limited set of tools available to the agent. So if the question doesn't fall into a specific category, then there would be like a follow-up, or it wouldn't lead to a blockchain transaction. And the other thing is that you, like Alex said earlier, you still confirm every blockchain transaction before it's actually executed, so you can review it.
Excellent, thank you. And then there's one other question. What's OpenAI used for in this project?
So David, you can take on this one as well if you want.
Yeah, okay. So OpenAI is mostly used for the classification and also for using the tools, like running tool agents and tools.
Yeah, basically based on classification, we determine which tools should be run, which sub-agents should be executed. And then, yeah, we finally render the output to the user as a stream, and then also show the transaction object.
All right, so we're at time for the questions. There's one more, just really quickly to squeeze in. So it says, so LLM layer is from OpenAI.
Yeah, at the moment, and also from Akash. So we have tried with Akash models, and we found that for some steps we have to use OpenAI due to performance, and for the other steps we've used Akash.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, MaiTai Wallet and Alexander and David.
Thanks, everyone.
Next up, we have Katiba chat. I'm pronouncing this wrong, probably. Katiba with Kenny. Kenny, are you on the call?
Yes, I am.
Excellent, Kenny. So once you share your screen and you get set up, I will start the 2-minute countdown clock.
Okay, sharing the screen. I hope LLM, which is Llama 3.1, via the Akash chat API. The chatbot itself is also hosted on Akash providers at about a quarter of the cost as compared to other cloud platforms. So the result of this is that we now have an open source chatbot for the Kenyan Constitution that anyone can contribute to or host themselves. And with the Akash network, hosting can be more affordable compared to other solutions. And because of this, so the content of the Kenyan Constitution can be more accessible to more Kenyans from all sorts of backgrounds. Yeah, so this is just, this is a live instance of the chatbot. So a user would come here and type in the question, or for now we can choose one of these examples and then send it to the chatbot. Yeah. So the LLM.
So that is the time. So we can see a quick demo here. So while you're doing the demo, if there are any questions from the audience, both on YouTube or on the demo or on the video Zoom call here, let's see. I see one quick one. How do you handle the document parsing, and does it use open source embedding model?
No, so what I did, I just used a PDF parsing tool in Python, which I used to extract the text, and then I cleaned it up and then added it into the search index.
Excellent, thank you. And then I see another question. It says, what tech or framework did you use for RAG? R-A-G. From Akash Alchemist, is Jordan or Rohit here?
Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Cool. Yes, sir. Is that Jordan or Rohit?
This is Rohit.
Rohit, got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, feel free to share your screen, and as soon as you get set up, I'll
Okay.
start the countdown clock.
Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Looks like we're good. And I will
Okay.
start the 2 minutes right now.
Okay. So, Akash Alchemist is an AI-powered text-to-image generation platform that lets users with no technical knowledge create stunning images. What you're currently looking at is the homepage for Akash Alchemist. There's a text box for entering your prompts, as well as some suggestions below that. I will select one of the pre-suggested prompts to save some time. Once you hit submit, we'll be redirected to the playground. The image generated is currently loading, and you can view the progress in the queue to the left. While we wait for that, let's look at a short presentation. While there are many text-to-image models online, they rely on complicated hyperparameters such as CFG and samples, which the average user does not understand. Achieving the best results also requires prompt optimization, which users might not know how to do. Thus, our goal was to create a simple image generation site that someone with zero AI knowledge would be able to use and still achieve quality results. We do this by making use of the Akash Chat API, which will automatically select the best hyperparameters based on the contents of the text prompt. This approach allows anyone to achieve high-quality results even with simple prompts. The final results of our method are shown here. The same prompt was used in both cases. The image on the left was not optimized, while the right one is optimized with the API, which resulted in much higher quality. So going back to our playground, you can see our image is done generating. If you look at the metadata, you can see how Akash Chat has taken our simple prompt and enhanced the description for us. It also chose an appropriate workflow and aspect ratio automatically. My teammate will send a link to our demo deployment in the chat. We have also a full tutorial on Medium and Gitbook on how to deploy Alchemist yourself fully on the Akash network. Some other features we have is a gallery to view your images, as well as an explore page to view everyone's creations. And then there's another little recent creations tab on the corner here. And yeah,
All right,
I think
we're
that's pretty much it.
we're at time. Thank you for
Yep.
that demo. Got to be mindful of everyone's time here. Wanted to see if there's any questions coming in for the Akash Alchemist project. Any questions in the chat or on YouTube? I'll quickly look at YouTube. Looks like we're good there, but we do have one in the chat. What is the image generation model family? It says you use prompt engineering or prompt injection.
Participating in this hackathon, and I'm very excited to share my project with you. So the project is called Narrate AI. It is an AI-powered app that produces multilingual AI-generated voiceovers for video, audio, and text. And mission is twofold. First, to provide a robust and scalable platform to streamline media localization and accessibility for diverse audiences, and also to support native speaker in producing fluent voiceovers for their media. To achieve these goals, Narrate AI uses three different AI models. First, the Whisper model that processes video and audio files to generate a subtitle file. Then the NLLB model to translate the subtitle file to a target language. And finally, the XTTS model to generate AI voice for its subtitle. Narrate AI supports media transcriptions in more of 90.
Head back to the Zoom call. Any questions from the judges or any other participants to the folks at Narrate AI? We've got about a minute and a half left. Anything else you'd like to cover?
Maybe I'll show you the result here in the demo.
Cool.
I'm not sure if you can hear it, but here you can hear the speech in Spanish.
Very
And
cool.
the user can download the video and make it accessible to diverse audiences.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We have about a minute left. Any questions for the folks over at Narrate AI? Let's just see. Nothing in the Zoom call, nothing on the YouTube right now. So I think we will wrap up Narrate AI. Thank you so much for your demo.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, I can.
All right. Trying to find my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, I can. And I will start the 2-minute countdown starting now.
Cool. So yeah, hi, I'm excited to showcase my AI-powered image generation platform. It's a robust, scalable solution that leverages the power of Stable Diffusion 3.5 and the flexibility of the Akash network. So let's dive into the demo. I have the Akash console up with the deployment details. I managed to grab H100 this time, so it should run really fast. I have the server log, so you can follow along if you want. And then we have the app right here. The platform offers a user-friendly interface that allows you to experiment with a wide range of image generation parameters right here. And you can have your prompt, negative prompts, and some other hyperparameters, has light, dark modes, and column or grid layouts. So let's go ahead and generate some images. So let's just give it a cat. And then we can also queue up more images. Here, let's give it a couple of bigger prompts. And yeah, in my opinion, loading bars are a little boring, right? So you can actually see the progress of the images being generated. You can see the exact iteration that's coming from the Stable Diffusion processing. And what I also did was used WebSockets to decode the latent image in the current iteration, and then send the image that's half processed back to the browser, so you can actually see the image being generated in real time. Once it's done, you can copy the parameters if you want. You can download it if you want.
Thank you so much for that awesome demo. Jesse, any questions from the audience on YouTube or the judges or the other participants in the Zoom chat? Just going to go over to YouTube. Nothing in there right now. We have about 2 minutes for questions and answers. Otherwise, anything else you'd like to cover, Jesse? Something you'd like folks to know about your project?
I don't know, I just had a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Learned a lot of tech stack that's new, and deploying to Akash is also pretty awesome. Never had a chance to use like GPUs like the H100 before.
Excellent. We'll definitely tweet that out. Awesome. So I think unless there's any questions, I'll quickly look again. Oh, we got one from a judge. Is it possible to set a custom scheduler?
I use Celery to do the scheduling, so it's like a first in, first out. We'd need to look at the docs to see if that's possible.
Excellent. All right, one more final review, see if there's any other questions. Oh, we got one in the YouTube. It says, did you start your project at all tired/dev?
Oh, I think that's somebody that's in the chat that wasn't able to submit.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Oh, I do
No
have
worries.
one more question. No, it's all right. We got 40 seconds left here in the Q&A portion. One more question from the Zoom chat. I noticed 2 of the same images. Is the generator using the same seed each time?
Azure AI-powered tools for text-to-speech, voice tuning, audio processing. We have around 6 models deployed right here. Wait, how do I? Okay. So we have around 6 models deployed here on the Akash network. We are using a P100 GPU, which is pretty chunky and it is able to handle everything. Now you can see, let's say I want to generate something like this. wow, this is amazing. I will use the other model which supports fewer languages, but it is much more expressive. I will use this. I will generate the speech. So the request will be sent right to my model. I think I need to refresh the screen. Otherwise, I have the speech right here. Were you guys able to hear that? So
I was not.
not. Okay. Regardless, you could also do speech to text. Like I would just say something like, "Hi there, how are you doing?" And it will directly convert my audio into transcription right over here. And I could copy it. You could even upload a file. You could do voice cloning as well, and even do voice cloning. Now, one of the biggest problems is that people have created a lot of directories for using and going through models, but no one has created ready-to-use APIs, or very few people have created ready-to-use APIs, which we could directly plug in. So over here, I could directly connect my wallet here. Then after connecting to my wallet, I could see the API keys which I've generated. So these are the API keys which I've generated. I will directly send a transaction for 1 AKT. Now, if I do that, it will validate my transaction and it will get me an API key, which I could directly use for generating and using my API. Like I would just take this model. I will go to my, let's say, command prompt. Well, let me, okay. Yeah. So I'll go to my command prompt. I will simply, wait, that one is a public one. I will simply just take this command. I will do this here. It will directly call the model in the deployed URL, and then it will get the request and it will process it. And now over here, I should have the output, which I should be able to show directly.
So we are at time, but I will open it up for 2 minutes. So while folks are thinking about questions, feel free to cover any additional things and I'll keep an eye on the chat. But 2-minute Q&A section starts now. Feel free to cover anything you'd like to continue on, and then I will let you know if there's any questions coming in.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, we got one actually right now. How do you handle parallel requests to the API backend?
So we use one server which use workers internally, so it will process all the requests it gets one by one. We cannot use multiple workers right now because of the issues with scalability. Otherwise, one other thing which we plan to do is change the model, use some of the latest ones, which are somewhat more pricey, but they support more benefits, like they support bfloat, which is much more computationally better, and it will increase the speed as well.
Excellent, thank you.
Let me see if I can maybe play it again. I'm not super sure why it was on the recording.
Let's go to the final participant in the audio processing speech recognition track. All chat. Is Mahdi or Victor here?
Hey, Mahdi here. You have my
Mahdi,
voice
hey, there
clear?
we go. I can hear you great.
Hello,
How are you
everyone.
doing?
Good morning. Thank you for your time today.
For
So
sure.
let
So
me
feel free
share
to
my screen.
Yep, go for it. And as soon as you get set, I will start the countdown clock.
You're seeing it?
Looks like you are good. Yep, I will start the 2 minutes starting now.
Okay, everybody. So this is our project, All Chat, which is an AI platform hosted on the decentralized clouds. The key point is it uses multimodal AI platform integration and uses state-of-the-art models like speech-to-text models like Whisper Family or Llama or Gemma, which are large language models. It supports multimodal models and real-time web search. Okay, so the key features that I want to discuss is it has the Whisper Family, which enables speech-to-text conversation and voice interaction with the models. It also supports the GTTS and Kuko TTS for the text-to-speech conversation. However, it also supports voice cloning, but due to some potential ethical risks that is disabled. It uses all open source models like Llama, Gemma, and Qwen family and Mistral, which are the most powerful models. It supports image generation via tool calling of the API model, but that is for now disabled. It has the models Pixtral by Mistral and the Llama Vision model, which are the multimodal models, which you can chat with them about your images. It also has a RAG app, which helps us developers to interact with the model about a library. It also supports the Marco O1, which is the latest model from the Qwen family, and it has chain of thought, and it solves complex problems and is best for reasoning for now. Okay, so this is the API chat model, which is the default model. We can use both audio and text. When we use audio, the audio will pass on to the Whisper model.
But yeah, continue on.
This is the RAG app, which first extracts all the issues from the GitHub repo, then embeds it, creates a vector database, then we can ask a question with it. It performs a similarity search, then with the LLM, we get the response. All models from here are open source models. And this is the future path we can use. Let me show you a demo. This is the GitHub repo with the documentation, installation. And there's a problem with this. Yeah. This is the backend deployment. This is the front-end deployment. And this is an example of the front-end, which I use these are the old models. We can use all of them. I said hello and
Meet you. Is there something I can help you with today?
I don't know if you got to hear that, but
We did hear
for
that,
now,
yes.
using the GTTS because the backend is hosted on CPU only to manage costs. However, other features like image chatting, the Pixtral, Llama, and the RAG app are currently disabled because the
So
CPU.
we do have one question from the audience, Madi. Sorry to cut you
Okay.
off. Just the question is, where are the models hosted?
What?
Where are the models hosted?
All models are hosted on the Akash platform. However, I made the code so it doesn't load the open source models if the device is CPU only. It only allows us to use the open source models if the GPU device is available. Does that answer your question or?
Let's see if there's another response from the audience. I think that might answer the question. Oh, so we got one more. It shows so many in the dropdown. Are they fetched somehow or static?
I'm sorry, I didn't deploy the front end. My teammate Victor deployed and created the front end. For that, I cannot answer the question regarding front end. I can only answer about the AI and the backend. I'm really sorry about this.
Got it. No worries. All right, I think that might be it for questions. Just double checking on YouTube. There looks good. Cool. All right, I think we're all set. Thank you so much, Madi, for the demo.
Thank you so much for hosting this. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Good, awesome. I'm glad to hear it. So we have one final project to cover here. It's actually the only eligible project as a part of the open source LLM deployment category. So if LLM Optimize and Jesse is on the call, are you on the call?
Yeah.
Excellent. So feel free to share your screen, Jesse, And as soon as you get set up, I will start the countdown clock.
Okay. Oh, it says I can't share all the other
We might need
participants.
Madi, if you can unshare your screen, then there we go. Thank you.
Oh, cool. Cool. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. And I will start the 2-minute countdown clock starting now.
All right. So yeah, introducing LLM Optimize, a project that leverages the Akash network to deploy open source LLMs, providing a cost-effective and customizable AI solution. We've streamlined the deployment process of new models. So in the main.py, you can actually add multiple models to this configuration object, and then it will get preloaded here. And then that's about it. You just have to build a Docker model containing this whole Flask app, and then you get a full-fledged OpenAI compatible API. And the instructions to build your own Docker image are here. I do have a sample deployment of a simple model. This is the actual API. And yeah, let's see it in action. So I have the logs here. So you can see what the Flask API is receiving. And I have a sample UI that actually makes calls to that LLM. So I can ask a question like, what is 3 + 4? And in the logs, you can see that the prompt, including all of the special tokens, are sent. It's using the Llama 3.21b model. And looks like it's processing. It's a little slow because for this instance, I only used the CPU. And yeah, you can see that the answer is being streamed. So this API supports streaming. And let's just see what it gives us. All right, it looks like the 1B model is not that great, but it output 7 tokens. I can also ask it a follow-up question. And as you can see in the logs, that the whole conversation is being sent. So this is what I asked, this is what the response was, and then this was my follow-up question. So it actually does support whole chat conversations.
So we are at time, Jesse, so thank you for that demo. We have about 2 minutes left for audience and judges Q&A. I will start by looking over at the YouTube page. It looks like nothing there. Any questions from judges or other participants in the Zoom chat? Feel free to throw your questions in there. We have a little under 2 minutes left for this. Oh, we got one. Where do you store the chat history?